Okay. The first set of the campaign, along with the internal frontier of Sultanate, aimed to consolidating the hinterlands of the garrison town. Firstly, they thought about the security of the land. During these campaigns, forests were cleared and Ganga, Yamuna, Doab and hinterlands were and pastoralists expelled from their habitat. Means to collect more and more taxes, they thought about you can say the reason that it was Ganga, Yamuna, Doab reason. Ganga, Yamuna, Doab means where two rivers. Do means two, Ab means river, yeah, water. When two water rivers were flowing, so obviously the region will be fertile. So they thought about an hunter gatherers and pastoralists. Hunter gatherer, you know this word, last year we read, and pastoralists explained from the habitat. The reason which came under the nomads or the hunter gatherers means not civilized people or settled people. The land, you can say, was uh, emptied from them. They expelled means they were said to leave the place to go somewhere, and these lands were given to the peasants. So these lands were given to the peasants. Peasants means farmers for agriculture, and was encouraged. The new forest garrison town and the towns were established to protect trade routes and to promote regional trades. So these lands were given to the peasants and agriculture. Means when the land became empty, so these lands were given to the farmers and agricultural. uh, Now, a new forest garrison town and towns were established. In place of them, good kind of security was provided to protect the trade routes. Means trade routes. Earlier, we have seen the plundering used to take place, or in that particularly, the protection was given to promote the regional trade. Regional trade from that region, particularly the native trade used to take place, and the second expansion occurred along the external frontier. The sultanate military, external frontier means frontier area, the border area, you can understand. Frontier, the sultanate and military expedition. Expedition means full of army, ready. Means army was ready to fight. It was ready to protect the regional boundaries. Southern India started during the reign of Alauddin Khilji, because we are discussing here 13th century properly. In 13th century, the Khalji dynasty was, you can say, coming up with the more security to the kingdom. So culminated and with Muhammad Tughlaq in their campaigns. Campaign word you can understand a particular program which is carried out by some leaders for the development. Sultanate armies capture elephants, horses, slaves, and carried away precious metal. Sultanate armies means we have, you can say, seen here. So our sultanate armies capture elephants means they capture the elephants from the region, or you can say from the other traders. Horses and slave, this means it can very well understand if you have seen the movie Padmavat. In that Khalji, you can understand how they used to fill their treasure by the horses, elephants, slave. Slave is very, very important because they used to work for them and carry away the precious metals. Means this was the strategy and their policy to expansion, because expansion we are discussing here. If you go to the title, the expansion of Delhi Sultanate, so expansion has taken this place like this. By the end of Muhammad Tughlaq reasons, 150 years after somewhat humble beginnings, the armies of the Delhi Sultanate had marched across the large part of the subcontinent. Subcontinent means India, the region expanded. So they start marched across the large part of this continent, and they had defeated rival armies, rival which were who were fighting with them armies, and seized cities, means they start expanding their kingdom. Delhi Sultanate or the Sultanate collects taxes from the peasantry and dispensed justice in its realm. Sultanate collected the taxes, means the governor who were appointed, they used to collect the taxes from the peasantry, the farmers, and dispensed justice in its realm, means try to justice with them, means it was the justice with them, means it cannot because if they are not collecting the taxes, so they cannot fulfill the need of their own empire, or simultaneously they could not expend this. So but how complete the effective was it control over such a vast territory? How complete and effective, how it was complete and effective was its control over such a vast territory? The northern plain of India, if we say, it is mainly a formation of Ganga and Yamuna. So how it can be? The question is up to you. So this map is given before you. You can see like Delhi, and because in the campaign we will see how they start spreading their kingdom towards the south till Maharashtra region. Then some pictures have been given, the map of Delhi and some masjid, the role of the Muslim period, what have they have done. So we will read this in the next video. So we will try to understand the meaning of all these pictures which have been given here, and some text is also given. Okay.